Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now this week on Buckethead Props we are continuing Blaster Month and it's time to look at that DL-44. So I'm going to start with the Denix. We're going to first take it apart and then start tidying it up. We're going to remove the logo and sort out some of the accuracy issues. And just all round sanding and tidying up. I believe this is a paint finish. We're going to strip this off just by sanding and then hopefully we'll get to bluing it a little bit later on. You see how it could start to get very confusing very quickly. So I've started labeling where I've got things out of, just so we can put it all back together a bit easier later on. I think this is as far as disassembled as I want to go. So now we just got to start filing. So I've been sanding for a little while now. Just about got this down to something. I've got to get into all the corners and still take out the logo here, but that's going well. I've also done the sight piece here, flattened this off, just generally tidied it up. Still some low spots, but I think they'll be fine. This is one of the main problem areas to fix. It's just two little washer size holes on each side of the sight, and they're just not there on the real guns, so we're going to get rid of them. There we go, just like that. So I've got the upper receiver just in the vise here. And I've made the mark where I'm going to cut. I'm just going to use a hacksaw to cut off the barrel. God, I wish I had a bandsaw. So now the ball barrel can slide over the barrel, like so. Bit off, pretty good. But, I don't know if you can see, it doesn't quite sit far back enough. It doesn't sit flush with the gun here. So what we're going to need to do is file the barrel of the gun so that this will sit a bit more flush. So we're just going to file away this section here. So I've pretty much got everything to where I want it. I've had to cut out this area of the handle here to accept the new grips. I've just got to refine those a little bit so they'll sit in there. It's going to sit on like that. Our bull barrel now sits flush. As for the other bits like the hammer, I'm kind of happy with those. So next I'm just going to start working on some of the kit pieces that I've got. Some of them need a bit of filing, getting rid of burrs and things. So we're just going to do that in much the same way. So this is the scope bracket. It's cast pewter, but if you can see, it's got burrs and things from where it was poured, and it's just kind of rough overall. So we're just going to polish this up. Right now I'm right in the middle of bluing my pieces. Sorry, the hands are a bit sweaty, the gloves are not on properly. But you can see it's coming on okay. The aluminium pieces, like this one, and this one I believe, need aluminium black to turn them this colour. I might have another go at it, just to get it darker. But the cast pewter pieces like this, you can use gun bluing fluid. Gives that effect. They do rust a little bit, but we can take that off, that's fine. I've just got the rest of the pieces to do. So we now got all these parts blued up. At the moment they look a bit like they've been dug up from the ground, but with a bit of oil and steel wool they should come up really nicely. So I'm going to get to cleaning these off and then giving them a protective coat of oil. So I've measured and marked out where I want my holes to go for the crossbar. On the Dark Energy Creations website there is a measurement reference for this in inches, so I've just measured and marked where they are. I'm just going to drill these and then tap the holes so they can accept the threaded rod. So initially I was going to use these plastic pieces to make the grill. The original was made off of pieces like this one, but this piece cast in pewter is actually pretty good. I mean, it's quite a complex shape. You need two just to get this shape, and it's asymmetrical, and it would just be quite complex to make this. I may do it in the future, but for now I think I'm just going to use this one, and I'm just going to hit it with some black paint and we should be good to go. So I've got all my bits laid out here. I do love me some knolling to lay all these out nicely. I've had another go at bluing some of these parts because they weren't quite dark enough for my liking. Some bits like the scope I'm not entirely happy with, but it's fine. I think it works. Next we're just getting on to final assembly. I've already started doing some of it, like the threaded rods into the Denix base. What I did do is 3D print this, which is a template for the mystery disc. I just modelled it quickly and then had the 3D printer printed out. It printed very quickly. For those who don't know, the mystery disc is a metallic looking disc which is on the side of the gun. It's thought that there was a greebly here that fell off at some point during shooting, and what they used to glue it down had stripped the bluing from the gun, leaving a circle on the side of the bare metal. So what I've got to do is sand through my bluing. So after I glued on the final couple of greebies, the Han Solo blaster was done! So there we go guys, that's Han Solo's blaster, the DL-44. It is done, it's complete, just in time for Solo, a Star Wars Story to come out in cinemas. I don't think I'll be taking it to the cinema just because it's a bit too real looking. The Dark Energy Creations kit that I used is a great kit and I recommend going to pick one up if you can. It's a great build. There are a few things I would change if I did it again, just mainly with my finishing processes. You know, I'd probably spend a bit more time on the bluing of everything, just getting the colour right, but otherwise I'm really happy with how it turned out. So that's the end of Blaster Month here on Buckethead Props. Or I might have one more for you. This is the last blaster I'm going to build this month, but I might just have one extra for you just to finish off this series of videos. I hope you enjoyed following on with all my blaster building in these last few weeks, and I've got something really cool coming up for you next, so stay tuned. There's another season of videos around a theme which I am going to bring you. So I'll be off to see Solo, a Star Wars Story this weekend. This will take pride of place on the shelf up here somewhere. I hope you enjoyed watching and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, bye bye. Scoundrel.